the most comfortable way I know how to create in life. I kind of come to the song and trust that it will tell me how I'm feeling, which might sound weird, but that's, I mean, it's really true. So I'll say that last summer was a really hard summer. We went through something that was really traumatic. Saw an accident happen to involve some friends of ours, and it was very, very traumatic. I'll just say that. And while it was kind of happening, I was standing there thinking, what can I do? I don't know how to give CPR, and there are other people already doing that. So what, like, I'm standing there with the mother of this child who's on the ground beating the concrete, you know. And I'm like, what do I do? And I remember thinking, well, this is the time when somebody would pray. Like, it seems like a kind of time when praying would be the option. I remember thinking, okay, I'm going to pray. And then be like, I have less than no desire to pray. Or ability, maybe. I'm just going to feel like there's no way it's going to happen. And it wasn't because I was like mad at God or how could things like this happen. I think I was able to accept that. I was just like, sure, I don't think that it's God's fault, but what difference does it make? It doesn't matter to me, you know. And it was kind of that way for a little bit. Like, just felt like this apathy, just feeling like totally powerless in life. And so, you know, within that week, I was like, I need to write a song about something, because I need to know how I feel about it, because I just feel nothing. I feel like totally shut off. I need to write a song about it. And so I started writing a couple different songs, and what happens for me when I'm trying to do that, I'll write something, even like I was saying that last song, I'm kind of like trying to write into what I want to believe about the situation. And I would write something and it wouldn't feel true. And the song would just not be able to finish. It would just kind of like just hitting a wall. Like, and the wall could just be like, I can't find a rhyme for this word. It could be a real practical wall. But it's just kind of hitting this wall of just like, this song doesn't seem to be going anywhere. I'm not feeling like it's true to me. Yeah, I think some of those songs, I can't even remember what they were about. They're kind of like, you know, I know at least one of them was kind of it was kind of like a triumphant kind of faith song in the midst of this thing. And when I try to do that, I would just be like, no, that's not okay. And so what ended up happening one day, I was like, I tried to write these other songs, it didn't work. And I was thinking about the night of the accident, driving home, kind of on the way back home, hearing my daughter say, it was like maybe like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and we're driving through this neighborhood, and you know, people were having dinner in their houses, and people were out on the street walking around. And I remember Adi just saying, what are those people doing? It doesn't, like, don't they know what just happened? Like, how could they be doing those things? And you know, the grown-up in me was thinking, oh, I know, you know, they weren't there, they don't know what just happened, and so life goes on. We've all had that experience, you know, where you feel like the world should just shut down, and it doesn't. But she was voicing something that, like, it felt more true on the inside of what was going on with me. It's kind of like, yeah, why? How can people be doing normal things? How can, you know, if you've ever, like, left something traumatic and see people, like, go through the drive-thru at Starbucks or pushing a grocery cart or filling up with gas, and just feels like, what are you doing? Like, that is not important, and don't you know what just happened? So it's kind of like, I was like, well, that's an emotion that I really know is true. And I was feeling like, why didn't the world shut down? So then, instead of, you know, I kind of like went from that emotion and tried to see where that would take me. So I actually, when in writing the song, I think of an image like this. I think of that. Okay, here is a true emotion, a true question that I have, and that's like starting to just chip away the next part of the tunnel. I'm just going to see where it takes me, because it's a dark is dark in there. But this is what came out to help me understand how I was feeling. I'll say also, it's like, in those times, it's helpful for me to not try to think of all metaphors or some flowery language, but just to say exactly what happened. See the lights in the houses and the people inside, clearing dishes from the table like it's a regular night. And the ones on 12th Street out for an evening walk, how can they keep moving when the world just stops? Doesn't anybody know I still run all the errands, I still answer the calls, still sit down for dinner as if I'm hungry at all. The election campaigners still come to the door, but there's no use explaining why I don't care anymore. Doesn't anybody know it's the end of the world? It's the end of the world. It's the end of the world. Past the butterfly garden, through the elevator door, nobody else is waiting for the 5th floor. They got balloons and flowers, they got expectant smiles, they got a hope for the future that I just can't find. At the end of the world, at the end of the world, at the end of the world, I have to take all these questions, I have to lay them down at the feet of a God. I can't believe it now. But little girl, when you see him, tell him why it's so hard on this side of believing, where it feels so dark. At the end of the world, 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 where I see the lights in the houses and the people inside, clearing dishes from the table like it's a regular night.